all back to about 5 years prior. Uh, I have a paragraph or so written. Previously on the last episode of the campaign, we have Otto, the Dragonborn fighter, Elaine, the half-elf monk, Missy the rogue, Gansai, Buteman, the tiefling bard. I'm not gonna lie, I fucked that up.
But kiss.
But kiss. And Gilstern, the half-elf rogue, celebrated the holiday of Spirits Night, which involved many small victories, including skee ball and what was it? You guys also did some apple bobbing for apples.
Yeah.
And you get Otto was the lead successor in that. You guys also easily bribed a fortune teller for pretty much no reason at all. um, but most importantly, on Spirits Night there was candy, of which most of you got a lot of, except Alan, who got kind of got trash.
Hey man, no bones.
It's true. You ended up fighting for some sweet buns, which helped you out later on in the night. As the night went on, you guys ran into Snort, who was the city's bully, and he stole all of your candy. And you guys went to go confront him in an old, burnt-down warehouse, which ended up not being as such. It was actually something a little bit more maniacal than that. It was still burned. It was a burned down building, but it was wrapped in chains. And you guys, against your better, what's the word? Against your better nature, decided that this was not the way. Or you guys were just gonna go ahead and go for it. And inside, you guys found nightmare after nightmare. You guys actually fought things that you feared most in this world, and came out victorious. You met up with Snort and discovered that he was unfortunately killed and being puppeteered by phantom chains. And this spooky disembodied voice had followed you from point A to point B as far as your journey through the burnt down building was concerned. You were able to not only defeat him, but Otto was able to carry Snort on his back, and you guys managed to make your way through the burnt down building with only Otto having any kind of issue. I'm going to go ahead and chalk that up to the fact that he was carrying a dead body on his back, which admittedly Grumble had put a hole in, which made it a little bit harder. Kyle, I'm so sorry if I keep messing up your character's name. Truth be told.
it's yeah. You can call if it's easier, you can call him Grom as a nickname.
Grom. I will try and remember Grom, but I'm drunk. So you're gonna go ahead and have to forgive me for that one.
Cheers.
Yakuza. This is the
Yes,
last thing I said before I emptied that bottle.
Okay.
Anyway, it has been 5 years since that night. The moment you guys are 5 years older at the very least. Sorry.
Okay.
There have been inquisitions, many holy people coming to this place trying to discern exactly what it was that went down here, and nobody is able to give you a direct answer. Let's see. Otto was kind of recognized by the entire city of Oak Granite as kind of a hero. So much so that pretty much the night of, somebody was able to figure out his dream of becoming part of the city's guard. And without even testing him at all, they gave Otto the position. And Otto shot it down and said that he wanted to earn it himself. A few days later, the city was greeted by the Plate Skull tribe, which was the tribe of barbarians, which Snort was affiliated with. And after a few short nights of well, actually, probably not short, probably longer nights of yelling outside of the city, probably some bloodshed. Um, Otto was actually declared a hero for what he had done for the tribe, not only defeating uh, an evil that they couldn't begin to comprehend, but bringing back the body of a fallen warrior. Again, granted the title of hero. Um, let's see, what else do I have here? Missy, you recently were given some information. I'm not going to go ahead and say that out loud. I'm going to let you tell that to the party if you decide to let it be something you want to tell. But
Okay.
yeah, not that long after Otto was given status, he had earned his right to be city guard and has been working there for about 3 years now, making his parents very proud. And before the Plate Skulls left the city, they gave Otto a tattoo on the bridge of his nose, which resembles, which through the help of his parents, who are artisans themselves. Sorry, I'm again a little drunk, so I'm like pulling this all together from the recesses of my mind. He's got on the bridge of his nose a tattoo of a broken chain link to represent his defeat of the Phantom Chains, basically. And since the 5 years have passed, there's been very little in the way of personal growth. It's just been you guys are kind of in the city landmark, if you will. The thing that people come to see. It's like, oh yeah, we've got our local heroes. And in the town or in this the world of Tal Dorei, it's easy to come across some familiar names. Some of the elderly folk are like, that's it. Those will be the next Vox Machina. You just watch. Others are a bit more skeptical. How are we sure that the body's not fake? Maybe they killed that poor kid and they tore the building down to cover their tracks. Others learn a little bit too much about you. Have you heard that Giltzern is a bit of an alcoholic? He? We don't know.
I think the title on she.
It's a she.
Giltzern is a she.
I think that's what the title on. I don't honestly remember. So.
See, that's the thing. Nobody can tell. You're a little bit too androgynous.
It's a she.
Her name is Dutch.
Dutch.
She is the Duchess.
Yeah, because that's not confusing at all. She is named Dutch. But for 5 years,
She's a tomboy.
You guys have been hearing it, for better or worse, from morning to night. You guys have had all sorts of rumors, good and bad, spoken about you in any given direction. And you've decided that maybe now's the time to move on. Maybe it's time to go see the world. And with that, you guys, despite where you guys are on the mountainside, you guys awake in the city of Granite Oak, which is a city encompassing a mountainside. And you wake up and you look across the vista of trees and mountains, and feel that cold breath in your lungs, and you've decided that today's the day. What do you guys want to do?
Okay. Do we have a physical map to look at, little
Our
DM,
location.
or are we just gonna have a white grid?
The physical world map?
Yeah.
Right there.
I don't see right there.
Check roll 20.
I'm on
Refresh.
Oh,
Refresh.
refresh.
As soon as I find my mouse, there you go.
Still
Oh,
have my
hang on.
page.
Okay. I will move you. Sorry. That's not what I want. Can I move? Yep, there we go.
There we
Got
go.
that.
Hey. So
this is your world map. You guys are currently located here.
Oh, okay.
in the you're in a mountain town that I kind of just made up in the world of Tal Dorei, which is pretty much as far north as you can get without going into areas that are gonna immediately destroy you.
Sweet.
Yeah. Again, you guys are in a mountain town. So you guys might want to check.
Should we go find a pub?
Well, you guys
always recommend a pub.
No, actually, that might not be the worst place to go. There is the Needy Mare at the very base. If you guys remember.
Yeah.
Needy Mare.
That's my regular hangout, actually.
No matter how old you are, they'll always accept you at the Needy Mare. Which sounds fucking disgusting. What do you guys want to do?
I would say we should go meet up at a pub. Or-
Yeah, Rogue Sisters. Woo!
Yes, we should.
Hey, Alan, what do you want to do? I know what I want to do
No.
with you.
No. You're a
I
pig.
think we should probably meet up at the pub just because.
Hey, Alan, I can't be a pig. You want to
Good
know
things
why?
together.
I have a vagina.
Oh, geez.
Pigs can have vaginas.
Roll for accuracy. No, I'm kidding. So, any of you might remember that there is there's the job board, which is actually right at the base of the mountain, which is probably outside of the Needy Mare. So you guys could head down to the Needy Mare if you'd like.
Okay.
Okie doke. That shall work.
Pretty much tied to the
But Hiss,
alcoholic.
what do you want to do?
I've been asked specifically by his mother or her mother to, keep her away from the drink. That's your mother.
When did you
Okay.
see Mom? I haven't seen her in 6 months.
You have a really sad relationship with your mother.
Stand outside looking it over, waiting for everyone to show up.
Take
I'm sorry,
it easy, Galaxy.
I'm sorry, Otto, could you repeat that?
Hi, Galaxy.
Later, Galaxy.
Oh, he's leaving?
Yeah,
Job board.
got school or something in the morning. Who knows?
Okay, have a good night. And
The job board, and just look it over while waiting
Okay.
for everyone.
All right.
I'm just standing there strumming. Just ping, 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 ping.
Okay. Where are they?
Damn it.
Hang on a second.
Well, yeah, let's make our way onward. Let's go see if we can't find a way to make an honest living. How old are we?
Honest living.
Yes, honest living. I don't.
Okay.
I guess I'll go over
Alright.
to the job board with Otto.
Yep.
No problem. Still kind of setting things up.
Not a problem, not a problem.
Who was the
So-
loop playing?
Huh? What?
How
What?
goes the loop playing?
How goes the loop playing?
Well, go
I'm
ahead and
not-
roll a performance check. Show it off.
Okay, performance and Swatan. Wow.
So. Okay.
You need to go in your settings and take off your advantage on every.
Where's the settings
Well,
at then?
No. It's so for now, because I've only ever seen it with both.
No. You
numbers.
can turn off advantage. I can here. I'll leave it.
Actually kind of want to leave it on. Leave advantage on, so that way if we have advantage or disadvantage, we can always take the lower number or the higher number.
What do you mean the advantage?
Okay,
So
so then what's
advantage
always
is-
going to be the standard roll then? Left or right?
We will, for now, standard will always be left
Okay.
okay.
So yeah, that,
until we roll advantage or disadvantage. So, Hannah, advantage is what happens when you roll 2d20 and you take the higher number, and disadvantage is when you roll 2d20 and take the lower number. So,
Oh, okay.
what you're looking at with
you
Power
just-
Tech's roll, you got the left and the right. His roll is a 20.
Oh,
But if
okay.
we were rolling disadvantage, he would take the 19 instead.
Oh, is that just random? That's just roll like the.
That's just rolling. So if you
Oh,
go
wow.
into your
Yeah, if you go on your character sheet, you can actually just like click your ability.
Oh, that's
we're
the
learning,
roll
we're
from-
learning.
So basically, I just start.
that.
I just start rocking out, just like.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
no,
see.
Fucking play
It's
some
on
Dragon
there.
Force. Something.
So Otto, you
Oh,
come up to Grum and you ask him, "Hey man, so how's it been? How's the music?" Grum, you don't even respond. You just kind of pull out your lute from your back and you just start wailing on this thing like some gorgeous ballad that almost brings tears to Otto's eyes. And Otto's just like, "Well, I can't deny that."
Got much better.
Much better.
Just stop and just like magnifico.
Woo! It's not my kiss. Woo!
And with that, we have Giltzern and Alan come rolling into the job board. And you guys are pretty much all together except for Missy. Missy's probably still having her conversation.
Oh.
She's just going with the flow.
So what do we observe on our job list? What is?
Well, that's the beautiful thing. Go ahead and go to your character list area and look at the handouts, and you should see
Oh.
some job board options.
First, I thought that said Puffy Mamiyumi.
Help eating?
Yeah, it's the where you look up your character sheet.
Oh, I
Dark
got it.
Hex.
Oh, so we can.
Yeah, it has a little couple files down below it.
Wait.
Oh,
Where
yeah,
you
that
where you
sounds-
click on your character sheet
Okay,
on
maybe
Roll20.
book.
Yeah, I'm on my character sheet.
So when you guys do observe the job board, you see pieces of paper appear on the board, and papers will appear and then disappear suddenly. And the second you grab one, it does stay in place. You're able to actually hold on to it for a second. You know, without having been out in the world too long, that when a paper disappears, it's been accepted by another party. So it's kind of like you put it down, let somebody else in the world see it, and then once it's been accepted by another party, it's gone.
How do you accept a job then?
Well, that's entirely up to you. You guys decide that you want it, you sign
I
it.
want to open a book.
You want to help open the book?
I want to hunt.
I'm gonna open a book.
Can I go over to the job board too?
There's only 3 job listings. I mean,
There's
I'll go
3.
to the pub. I don't have to do a job. So if anybody wants this, you know.
So, you guys do.
Hey,
So,
Missy.
real quick,
Here, I
yeah,
got a
Missy.
job for you.
Missy comes down from wherever it is she resides on the mountain, and kind of has a bit of a look on her face. You're not entirely sure, but she doesn't look herself.
I have a rich mother. I don't have to work.
Your
So
mother you haven't seen for 6 months.
haven't allowed. Why don't you, Alan?
I live very minimally. Thank you.
Oh, look at me! I'm a monk. Ooh,
Oh, no.
look at me! I'm a monk. Look, I wear
So-
robes, and little Jesus sandals. Ooh, my name's Alan. Ooh.
Missy, you are
Oh.
with the group at the job board.
Okay. Hi guys.
Missy,
I still don't know how to actually accept this job.
let's go to the pub.
We are at the pub.
Yeah, you guys are at the base of the
Are
mountain.
we at the pub?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
I'm gonna go in the pub.
So you enter into the needy mare, and that smell of
Ah,
alcohol just burns your lungs a bit, and it's an old, familiar, friendly smell.
hey, Josephine, long time no.
And sure enough, there's Josephine sitting behind the counter, having just been made up on the spot. Josephine is a dark-skinned dwarf. She is just killing it behind the counter, even this early in the morning. She's like, "Oh, Lassie, how you doing, love?"
I'm pretty good. I'd be better if I had a beer in my hand, though.
Get sir!
Oh,
No!
Alan, is she on her? She's not allowed to drink again.
She's never been allowed to drink.
Alan,
I mean,
She is a child.
it's okay.
I
It's
mean,
okay. Mom doesn't have
age
to
only
know.
increases by the amount of gold in my hand, but
I got
if
gold,
it,
I think.
is this, is this coming from the god's eye? Is this
I might be
We're
broke.
here looking
am
for
I being
work.
told
We don't
is
need
her mom
drink.
is her,
Thank you very much, Josephine.
Hey, I could get a job here. I could be a bar back.
You were
No,
last
Mom,
date.
That's
Sorry,
a thing,
I-
right? And you just sit there and you
one-
like hand glasses to the bartender. Isn't that the job?
one you couldn't love. There's no way. There's no
Yeah.
way you could last.
Josephine, I
two.
thought we were friends. What's
We are friends. I'm telling you as a friend. Don't. You couldn't be a barback, love. Let me
Yeah,
tell
listen
you
to the
something.
demo.
I mean, you could totally put Josephine. I'm
What's
really good with people. I
what's
have
Alen
people
got
skills.
there? What's Alen got in his hand there?
I have a job notice for your hunters needed.
Oh, hunters needed. Let me see that. And she grabs it from you real quick, and she's looking at it. Hunters needed. Oh yeah, that one's been there for a while. Do you need help? Are you trying to figure out what's going on with that?
Yeah, we'd like to accept this
Hey,
job.
Alan, don't worry. I got your six.
I don't want you on my six. You can't be trusted on my
You
six.
want me
Last
to
time you
12?
had my six,
I can be
I
on
got your
12.
fucking anger.
Like 15. You want me?
So
Where you
as
want
you
me
guys
at?
are having this argument,
Like
Josephine
angle?
is like, she's got her chin rested up on her palm. She's like, "Ah, young love, it's adorable."
Are there
Josephine,
any?
stay the fuck out of this!
Oh, love, I'm as far out of it as I can be. I'm glad to be out here behind this bar.
Don't
Well,
worry, Josephine.
I'm all
It's
entertained.
like this.
I'm entertained by this, but is there anybody cute in the bar? Because that's my thing.
Josephine, go
I'm
ahead
surrounded by
and
leches.
roll a perception check, DC 5.
May I order a small drink?
Let's see, perception.
Ooh la la la. I'm Alan. La 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 la.
So if I just click perception, now I'll do a perception roll,
It
right?
should do a perception check, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
And it's
Oh.
your left, so you got 16. You look around, and it's, with the exception of Josephine and maybe like one drunk elderly person, nobody in this bar except for you guys.
I'm gonna walk up to the elderly person. I don't care.
Okay.
Josephine, may I have a small drink, please?
Of course, love. And she's like, wait, what do you need?
Kind of establishment just openly sells beer and drinks to children.
Alan, I need
You're not children anymore. Calm down.
As I'm walking by, I'm
No,
just
no,
like, hey.
Children? How old am I? I don't remember anymore.
You're 5 years older than you were.
Like
So we're like 15,
17.
17.
That's enough to go into
That's
the army.
legal.
You guys could walk to a mom and go get the beer there.
Well, I just got some news that I'm in pretty much shock right now.
What?
What's the matter, Missy?
She hang on real quick. She gives you a look and she goes,
Ugh.
I know that look anywhere. And she puts her hand on your shoulder from behind the bar, which is pretty impressive considering she's a dwarf. She's like, she goes, look, I've been there. My
Oh.
father wasn't there either.
Missy pregnant?
No.
I'll get you something. And
Missy, I know a really good doctor
disappears.
in town. Don't worry.
she disappears from behind the bar, and moments later she comes back with a big mug, and she's
Oh,
like,
no.
that's usually it's usually for Goliaths. Yeah, it ought to put you on your ass. Have fun with that, lass. And
Can I steal that
I,
mug?
I hope it goes well. You can. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check. Missy, roll a challenge of perception.
Nice, right?
Perception?
Oh, here, baby, just go
Yes,
into your
perception.
Character sheet?
Oh, okay.
I thought I was gonna grab
But I
it.
mean,
Grab
Then
it.
scroll down to your
Right
right
hand.
hand.
The job board.
Oh, I
Okay,
can't.
so
Yep,
you
just
grab
grab it and
the
then
other
leave it.
two.
Roll the 15.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna chat up the old lady in the corner.
Okay, so oh man. Okay, so this is really important. between
Oh, you have the same number?
but yeah. So between Amanda and Hannah, whose dexterity modifier is higher? Who has the higher?
I have 6, I guess. No, what am I
Hey,
looking
modifier
at?
is your 4.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So
2, so she's higher.
she again. You do notice that you've got it in your hands, and you go to take a swig, like with your eyes closed, and it is gone. You don't taste that thing.
Woo!
And
All right.
Guiltsir, you have got yourself a giant mug, or a half giant mug, I should say, of grog.
That's a drinking sound.
I'd add some.
You're welcome.
Oh, I thought they were laughing at me. I was making a drinking sound. Did you
That's-
pour?
Yeah, somebody was pouring.
I was trying to do the drinking sound. The chugging sound. That's perfect.
So Otto comes in. He's donned in some pretty fine city armor garb.
Otto, looking fresh, buddy.
Ooh, Otto!
Quite nice. Quite nice.
And he's got one handful of papers from the job board.
What interests you, Otto? What kind of work are you looking for? Big old fancy city guard.
All of it.
All of it.
Oh, okay, where do you start? What's first on the agenda?
I was looking over the map we have out on that board, and I think if we follow the mountains down, we can go through each one of these missions, these quests on this board, in a huge line.
I mean, that sounds efficient. Do we have
All of them?
camping gear? Do we have
You
like
wanna do
things?
all
Yeah,
of
just
Didn't plan that far ahead.
I'll find that far ahead.
Alan, always planning. So I keep you around, buddy.
That's why I can't get rid of you.
I love it when you talk dirty to me, Alan.
Oh,
I want a restraining order.
I don't think you could do that.
Josephine comes out from behind the counter and she looks at you, Missy, and she's like, "Done already? Damn, girl, you're better than I thought." She comes back a few seconds later and she's got another. It's a regular size pint this time.
Okay.
She's like, "Don't overdo yourself there, lass.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna
I
steal
don't want to
that
have to
one.
pick you up. It's gonna be gross, and I don't want to be cleaning up vomit all day." And she hands you the mug.
Thank you.
No worries, lass. And if you need anything, I'll be here for you.
Thank you.
And she goes back to her work. She's kind of just, she's there, but not quite. Grum, you wanted to have a conversation?
He wanted to flirt with the old lady.
Okay. Grum, go for it. This is your time to shine.
Oh no.
Okay, let's see if I can do this without screwing up. Ugh. Okay. Gonna walk up to her, just kind of zip back behind her and just be like, "Hello, I am Rambal Buteman."
Okay.
Sorry. Don't want you to
Gross. This person is pretty much dead to the world.
You might not want to be hitting on corpses.
Buckus!
Just a
Buckus! I think she's dead.
Have some sensitivity, Gilterd.
Hey. You're so fucking serious all the time now.
Gonna put my hands up, walk back. Like, whatever.
Wow.
Just be like,
Not very much in the bardic nature, are you,
Say-
there, Kyle?
"Hulas, hulas."
I think I think what Otto said was probably a good idea, but I think the only one that I would probably most useful for is help opening a book. I don't know about the other two.
One of us is important for each one of these quests.
That's true.
I imagine we all have skills that we could assist with. You know, I don't imagine anyone would mind divvying up a pay other than, you know, certain Duchess.
I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
You know, stay at the bar. You know, I'll even pay. You want drinks? You can have drinks all day.
Really?
You can just stay here and have a good time. Go.
Yeah, you know what? You know what, Alan? Alan, okay, I can do things. Alright, I'm a doer.
I'm not saying you can't. But you know what you can do? You can drink.
I can
You're
go.
the best at drinking
I'm
that I
gonna
know.
go on this little adventure.
I don't want another one of your Andrews!
Adventure time with Alan! Woo! Let's do it!
Shall we get going, guys?
Let's do this!
Where are we going?
Do this!
The next place.
Hey, Alan.
Camping equipment.
Yes,
food.
Duchess.
Yeah, when you call me Duchess,
I'm
you
glad.
do it on purpose.
Yes, I do. Anyway, so camping gear, supplies, things for a potential, you know, few day trips, unless we know of any, you know,
So
ends or anything
because you
along
guys
the way.
have been living on this mountainside for pretty much all of your lives, and honestly, none of that sounds familiar to you.
We don't know what camping supply is?
No, as in like, sorry. I guess again, I think the alcohol is starting to burn off.
Oh, good. Mine just begin to burn in.
There you go.
Weird.
A store of any kind that might sell something like that doesn't really sound like it's something in the general vicinity.
Well, let me retract all my statements. I didn't say anything.
You, the mountainside. To give you guys an idea, your mountain town is so small it actually does not appear on a map as like a viable location. People just think that it's another mountain town if they're looking at the general mountain.
So
or
I am
the world map.
So I'm the richest person in this town. Because that's small.
Potentially.
Can we
Okay,
contact
gotcha.
What's his
Your
name?
mother is the richest.
The traveling merchant. Is he in town?
Talk about Poro?
Yeah.
I want to go outside and look.
Okay. I want to do
Oh,
that.
sorry, that's my phone ringing.
Can I go?
What?
Sorry about that.
What is a phone?
Hello. No, I can't right now. I'm sorry. No, shh. No, I can't. Okay. Don't look at me like that, Al. Come on. I have appointments. Okay, I'm a very busy lady. All right.
Then how about you go and take care of your appointments?
Josephine is like,
I
yeah, let's
canceling my appointments because apparently we're going on a big adventure today.
Okay,
Let's do it.
DM question.
Do this.
hopefully DM answer.
Since from where I was born, one of the kind of guess the items that I would normally have because I lived there would be a disguise kit and a forgery kit. Would I still have those?
Do you have them on you? Is it on your character sheet?
Yeah, I have it on my character sheet. I was just making sure I didn't start off with more than I was supposed to start off with.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Where do you reside?
It was Charlatan, I think it's called. Let's see.
Your background is Charlatan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds okay. That makes
And they're
a little
kinda
more
like-
sense.
Yeah, kind of Connie town. They have like disguise kits and stuff like that.
That's your background, not necessarily where you grew up.
Well, okay, yeah, my background.
Sorry, gonna DM monger you there for a second. Yeah, no, that's your
gonna
background, not necessarily your location.
I'm gonna go outside and look for Poro.
Okay, so Poro, as you guys recall, is the dwarf who was basically the guy who armed you guys for your final battle with Snort. He was with a traveling caravan, which is no longer in the city. However, as you guys do make your way outside, you do notice that there is possibly there's a wagon, maybe from the caravan you're not too familiar with, and there seems to be a conversation going on the other side of this wagon.
May I do an investigation check?
You absolutely may.
All right. Okay. I got a 9.
There are certainly voices coming from the other side, none of which are Poro.
Damn it.
I guess I'll walk outside too and see what's going on.
And just, I'm gonna say that everybody stepping outside might notice this wagon, and might hear the voices on the other side.
Okay. May I do a stealth check to get closer to hear the conversation?
You absolutely may. Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
I guess I'll do an investigation to see if I can hear what's going on.
Okay.
That's perfect. That's fine. Stealth. You're a little bit rattled from this morning's conversation with your parents, so you're a little bit more wobbled. And what would normally be the pitter patter of cat feet is just like the pitter patter of wood planks against mud.
Oh.
And you make your way up against the wagon, and Grum, you're just like, the hell's going on here? You just kind of walk over, totally juxtaposed versus Missy's footsteps. Go ahead, and you two go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay. Oh my god.
I got 11, so not very good.
So you, like, even with your low checks, Grum. Given the demeanor and like the raised voices, you kind of can gather that this is an argument of some kind. Not necessarily sure what it involves. You just know that there is one party that is unhappy and one party that is trying to quell the other.
Oh, okay.
How about you guys in the bar, Giltzer and Ozzy and or Otto and Alan?
I'm just, trying to rein in a certain budget.
Okay,
That's fair.
I'm ready whenever you go on.
Go ahead and roll
do the job.
Giltzer, real quick. I'm going to assume that you drank.
What are you talking about? I don't drink.
I'm going to assume you drank. You have to tell the DM. You can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to the DM.
Oh, yes. Fine, Dad. I drank, okay?
Go ahead and roll a Constitution check.
Constitution.
Dice challenge 18.
Okay, so click
just
on
like that guy.
Constitution.
Yeah.
Yes, Constitution saving. There you
so
go.
Close.
So very close. You actually pound that bastard. You've
Yeah,
got
the
a
big one.
lot of alcohol in your system from the time you've been born, or as far as you can tell, to now. And this is a big mug. This is like your torso's worth of alcohol, and you just pound it.
Yep.
And suddenly you're just regretting life, and you're a little dizzy. For the next 2 hours, I'm gonna say you are. You've got a +1 to your charisma, but you can't do dexterity checks to save your life.
Oh,
It's
no.
an automatic
That's
fail.
awful.
Yeah, it's
You're
a
a
big
rogue.
mug.
Okay,
You
I can
You
roll
can
with
stay here and drink. You're better to stay here and drink, Duchess.
I'll be fine. I can roll with this.
She kind of wanders out of the
I've dealt with
room.
worse. It's fine. It's okay. I have a toolkit. Fine. Hey, Alan,
I storm off. Shut up, Giltzer!
Alan, look, I'm prof in disguise and poison tips. I'll be
Good
alright.
for you.
Just gonna poison everybody.
And
Totally
Josephine goes, hey, money? The hell? People are walking out of my
Duchess
bar
never
without
pays. Sort something in your
pays
life, Josephine.
She looks you in the eyes and goes, somebody pays eventually.
And it will be Duchess. Don't worry about that. I don't care.
Bring her drunk ass back in here.
Alan,
I need my money.
Alan, I love you.
Hey, you love me. Get back in the bar real quick. Real quick. We're gonna get back in the bar right now.
We're gonna go on adventures.
Yeah, you need to pay the lady.
We're gonna
Oh,
go
God.
on adventures.
Pay the
Let's
lady.
go. Woo!
Oh, I just realized.
Missy! Missy, what are you doing over there? Missy!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Josephine kind of like smacks you in the face, guilt-certain. No. It's Josephine, hon. I'm sorry. I don't even remember giving that to you. I thought the Missy was the heavyweight there. Listen, I just need a silver piece. Just give me a silver piece.
What's a silver piece?
She looks you a little wide-eyed and a little. She goes, "It's currency, hon."
Oh, put it on my tab. Mom will take care of it next week. She's in town.
Oh, she's in town.
That's what
Hey,
she's told the butler.
All right, okay. You friends are free to go. Jesus Christ, I didn't realize she was back in town. I better go get my stocks back up. Shit. And you just see like this like air of worry kind of wash over her, like, oh god, I'm not ready.
Oh, no.
And she kind of goes to her back rooms. And yeah, you guys are by yourself in the needy mare.
Gonna go outside. So we go outside to go see. I would like to fumble towards the door to go see what Misty and Buttkiss are doing. Where's Otto? What
Otto's
Otto?
in the room with you
Where'd
guys. He's in
How
the
are
needy
you
mare.
going back?
Been poring over the map,
Couldn't remember her name.
staring at all of the notice board stuff.
Otto! Otto!
Okay, so upon hearing this argument, I'm a bard.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta make
Yep.
amends. I'm gonna go talk to him.
Okay. As you make your way around the wagon, you see a small band of barbarians, like at least 7 or 8, and one kind of like, even by your comparison, it's a kind of a dashing-looking gentleman. He's just like he's speaking in tongues. You hear like the Goliath, who seems to be leading the small band, is speaking in heavy grunts and a language you're not particularly familiar with, and he seems totally familiar with. He's just giving reassuring notices. Yeah. And he's putting his hands up. He's just like, yeah, no, it's fine. Again, you're not entirely familiar with the language, I don't think. Do you have Giant?
No, I believe I have Infernal and Common, I think.
Yeah, so right now you're not really familiar with what he's saying, and he seems to be trying to the human seems to be trying to bring down the Goliath as far as like conversation is concerned, but it doesn't seem to be necessarily working in his favor.
Okay, let's see. What can I do and not get myself killed?
Persuasion check, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I was just gonna see. I'm trying to think of what I can do that wouldn't get me, like, prison shanked or something.
First session, you're in prison. You get raped.
And that's how I killed the team. Sorry, Missy?
Undercommon is different, right? That's just kind of...
Undercommon is different. It's a language spoken by like the creatures that live underneath the world.
Oh, okay. So, like, sort of demon things. Like,
Not necessarily demons, but more like dwarves that have never even touched the surface, like the creatures of that nature. It's a very ugly language, if I'm being perfectly honest with you.
Okay.
Um,
I also have Primordial, but I don't know what that is.
Primordial.
Oh, yeah.
Primordial is being able to speak with angels.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm useless then.
I'm a dum-dum. Comprehend language.
Okay.
Oh, no.
No, that's not a problem. You strike a single chord and kind of like roll your finger up and down that string. You're playing on a lute, right?
Yes.
Not a flute or anything?
Nope,
Okay.
I hate flutes.
So yeah, you pluck a single string and you kind of like match the tone of the language going on, and you're able to kind of pick it up through the resonance of your guitar. And you hear from it just and it kind of like groans into common for your ears only. You hear, but there's a lot of gold on that. It's ours. Give it to us and we'll let you live, puny man. And the human is just kind of like, go ahead and calm yourself there, friend. We're gonna go ahead and just walk away, you and your friends, and nobody's gonna go ahead and get hurt.
He sounds like...
You understand? No, you give gold. We need gold. Or we take blood. That is entirely up to you, friend. That's what you hear?
Okay. So I'm gonna turn to good old Dutch and be like, "Hey, I heard them talk about gold."
Dutch is not.
You hear? Yeah, no. Dutch is.
She came out.
She's wobbling. She's kind of like swaying. Kind of like. She's very dizzy.
Oh.
Uh oh. I think we lost our DM.
DM,
Didn't do it.
Derek.
Well, then a pit.
Let's check him on the.
What happened? I had to.
I think his voice cut out. Sorry, everybody. We'll be back in 2 seconds. We have a technical difficulties.
You're starting to cut out.
It's really hard to absorb all of that alcohol, so I had to go
You lose everyone?
There we go. There you go. You're back.
for a minute outside.
We lost you for a second.
There's a restroom in
The
there.
bush is easier, Alan. I can squat real quick.
That's more information than I needed.
Poor Al.
You like it?
I don't. I don't think anyone does.
I'm sorry. So, Giltzerd and Alan, I know you guys are making your way out of the mare. Ozzy, did you want to accomplish anything?
So I was gonna slowly walk out while still thinking of different paths to take
Okay.
from our location.
So Ozzy makes his way out. He's got two of the job board postings in his hand, and Ozzy, you do notice you notice that there's something definitely amiss going on by that wagon.
To stuff the notes into a pouch and
Okay.
grab my halberd and walk over in a city guard like fashion.
Okay. You do notice that there are actually no city guards at the moment. It's just you and your friends from 5 years ago.
Wow.
You guys are kind of like Missy is perched up by is behind, has got her back to the wagon, and Grumble's kind of, you see him just messing with his loot, and of course there's Giltzer and Elaine kind of just futzing around.
And then so I'll walk around to. Do I hear the sound of the two?
The conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely hear a foreign language. Gonna go ahead and call it. You do recognize a very familiar barbarian tone. Not necessarily plate skull, but you do recognize a barbarian boisterism, I guess we can call it.
I'll walk up, mediate the conversation.
As you do, all eyes kind of shift to you.
Oh no.
Do you speak? Do you speak giant?
But I do speak common and draconic,
Okay.
dwarvish.
So there's a question asked of you. You can tell by the inflection of the rage in this Goliath, and they kind of wait for a reaction, and they go, "Do you understand me now?" He's trying to force out common.
Yes, I can understand that.
Good.
What seems to be the issue?
Know that blood will be spilled on your streets if he does not give money. And the kind of handsome human looks over to you. He's about average height for a human, black hair. He's got a staff on his shoulder. He's kind of clutching, but not necessarily like in any position to use at this particular moment. He's kind of it would basically be the equivalent of a holstered pistol. You don't recognize him as being a threat just this very second, but if you decided to, he totally could be. He looks over to you and goes, "Officer, how you doing, friend?
decent. What's this barbarian talking about?
Well, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, he's trying to rob me. And the Goliath goes, yeah? He shrugs. He's like, yeah, pretty much.
I do an insight
Absolutely. Roll an insight check.
on the nice-looking man.
Yeah.
DM, are we able to hear the human?
Yeah.
Or
Anybody within like 10 feet can hear what's being said. It's not exactly being like whispered or anything.
okay.
And Otto, he's got that like, if I'm talking to Jimmy, he's got a used car salesman kind of vibe, but doesn't seem to be lying at this particular juncture. It's just like, truth is, officer, I don't want to take up much of your time. I've got this caravan to take all the way to Amman, and I need to go ahead and take care of this my own way. I can take care of it. I promise you I can. Just go ahead and let me take care of it. And as he says take care of it, you kind of see the cogs connect in the group of barbarians. They're just kind of like, he's gonna take care of us. And they kind of just erupt in a mocking laughter.
Oh, no.
And he's like, look, I can do this. Don't worry. Okay?
As much as I would love to say that you can take care of it, I would prefer if there were no fighting in the streets.
My money is
sorry?
on the barbarians. Gonna bet, do we have money, DM? I don't actually know what our
You
current
guys should have
status was.
40 gold pieces split up between a lot of you
Oh, we should.
from the Halloween event. I know.
I don't have that on my stuff.
Didn't write that.
Let's see.
I got 10 on the barbarians.
Who are you betting? There's an open bet. Does anybody want to take it?
No.
I'm just gonna start playing some.
Can I can I do an insight check to see how badass the barbarians are?
You don't even need to do an inside check. So the barbarians consist of like this really scarred kobold, which in this area is super rare. But he is gnarled. He's got a patch eye. He's fucked up, but he is badass. He is ripped. The Goliath has little to no scars on him whatsoever, but if you look at his fingernails, you can see that like he's got gore under his fingernails. He's not a pleasant guy. There's an orc, a full orc, and a human. Those guys are a little less unremarkable, but
So is it the human against everybody else?
Yeah.
to your knowledge, yes.
DM, can I climb the wagon so I can see a better view?
Athletics check, please.
Okay. Oh, -2. That's gonna suck.
Yep. You you climb up on the wagon wheel, but thanks to the morning dew, your fingers don't have any purchase, and you slip and fall backwards, and you land back first onto the mud, and you've got this very slick cover of mud.
Missy, you okay? You okay down there?
I'm just not having a good morning.
No, I didn't have to feel that. That probably didn't feel good. Alan, look, Missy fell.
I see that. And she seems to be alright.
Back to Ozzy the Mediator. The human continues. He's like, look, truth be told, these guys are gonna kick my ass if I go ahead and let them. But I can take care of it, and there will be no deaths. There might be a little bit of blood. Just let this play out. I promise you. I promise you. There will be no graves dug today. And again, that mocking laughter from all 5 other participants.
I say leave them to their business. I don't give a shit.
Oh, geez.
Yep.
As much as I would love to,
I'd like to
turn my
stay and
back
watch
on
the
this,
fight.
I'd like
That
to
would
at
be
least
fun.
understand the reason why they want to kill you.
Oh, they're not trying to kill me, friend. They're trying to rob me. They're trying to take what is rightfully mine in this wagon. You see, I'm a traveling one-man caravan, if you will. My name is William, and he puts out a hand to shake.
Are you a human trafficker?
And he looks over at Giltzer and he goes, "That is disgusting. Slavery's been outlawed for years, and I do not appreciate it at all."
Oh, tell that to my butler.
That's terrifying. I should leave this town as soon as possible. He's still got his hand extended.
Otto's just gonna stand completely still, waiting
And
for any other
He grips
movement.
his hand. He's like, "Okay, all right. I completely understand. You are trying to be a fair mediator." And the Goliath gets pissed at this point. He's like, "I will not be ignored." And he walks over and grabs the sorcerer and just lays his big old paw right into his jaw and
Ooh.
spins the human around with the force. The human actually catches himself and got his hands on his kneecaps. He's just like, "Oh, ow." You know, son, there's a popular saying where I'm from. He's looking at the Goliath, and Ozzy, you see a bit of electricity kind of like wrap around his palm. He grabs it, and the Goliath goes just totally straight. His arms go right to his hips. He is straight. He's standing completely straight. He goes, "There's an old saying where I'm from. You see, it's a very popular one. One I think can be applied to everyday life." And he gets right up to the Goliath, who up until this point has been very talkative, very kind of angry, but his demeanor seems strained. He seems like he can't move. And the human, again, right up on top of him, looks him in the eye and goes, "You don't fuck with the sorcerer, son." And his fist, goes from like a, was it? It's straight up to vertical. And as he goes vertical, the Goliath, like a plank of wood, just smacks into the ground and pulls back up. As the fist pulls back up, it's like 1-to-1. He's following its every move, but entirely incapable of defending himself. And his face is just beaten and bloody. He's got black eyes that weren't there before. His mouth is bleeding. He's like, "Are we done here?" And the Goliath straining just I'll take that as a yes. And he flicks him like a flea off of your shoulder. You just see him fly into the woods and just land, and his 4 barbarian buddies go running after him. Just, "Oh God, are you okay?"
Oh, that was good. Good thing nobody bet me on that, huh?
The human looks over to you, Gilson, and goes, "Thanks, little lady." kind of brushes the hair out of his face. He goes, Not every day I get to use that, but it's always been a favorite." Name's William. How y'all
Billy.
doing?
What's up, Bill? How you doing?
I prefer William, but yeah, you can call me Bill if you like.
Billy boy.
If you really feel to insult me, yeah, sure, go. You see him like kind of mess with some arcane in his palm.
Well, okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna get up and go look around to see what this human did because I didn't see any of it.
It's true. You were flat on your back. What was a heated argument? Crack on the ground has kind of just made way for just the human. You knew that there was a group there before, but they are gone now.
Oh God.
They. So the human is kind of making friends with your friends.
Hiya.
He goes, "Hi. You got a bit of mud on you there, sweetie." And he rolls his fingertips, and as he does, you kind of feel the mud slide off of your back, as if like rain was falling, and all the mud that was previously on your back is gone.
Thank,
Prestidigitation, hun. Never leave home without it.
thank you.
My pleasure, little lady.
So, I'm going to walk up to him. Going to kind of slick back my horns. Just going to walk up to him. Just grab his hand. Kind of like I'm going to shake the hand, but I'm just holding it a little bit too long. Kind of to the point where it's probably going to get creepy in a minute. And I just feel like...
He goes, a tiefling. My, aren't you kind of rare?
I'm just going to look him in the eyes, give him a wink, and be just like, one of a kind. Rambal Gutman at your service. And I'm going to use...
Goes,
Okay, go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
I was going to use thaumaturgy to kind of make my face glow.
Go for it, roll. You're not gonna attack or anything. Your face does kind of like have that anime sparkle.
Oh. My head's in my hands, like, oh god.
He goes, my. You guys in the mountains sure know some warm hospitality.
Hey, Black
Don't
why don't you
get
go
him
tell
started,
him?
please.
Well, it's funny you mentioned service. I could use some. Do you guys south?
You cut out there for a second.
He kind of perks up after you say at your service. He goes, well, it's funny you mentioned service. I'm in need of some. You guys interested? You guys know anybody in town who might need to go south to a mall?
I think
I don't know, do we?
well, out of character, I think Otto was doing like a map thing.
He was checking out the map. Yeah. So Otto, you can look at the map and you know that Amon is way down here.
Oh, there it is.
And
I
you
see.
guys are way up here.
Trip.
It is a very long trip.
Oh,
He
shit.
goes, and he looks at you and he goes, I promise I'll make it worth your while.
Where did you say you're going?
20 feet.
I'm going to the Royal City. Van Mon, trying to stake my claim. City's still under construction after that conclave.
Hey, guy. Where are you from? You have a funny accent.
You know, honey, I can say the same about you.
That's rude.
That's
Don't
rude.
ever ask a lady where she's from.
Oh god.
It's kind of a drunken accent.
Right, Alan?
I'm just south of the.
Can I do an
Okay.
Alan, why do you have to give me
Insight
dirty
check.
looks all the time?
I'm sorry, Missy. What was that?
insight check to see if worthwhile is him being serious?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Oh, I have insight. Can I check insight?
You
Or is that-
absolutely can. You can. Natural 20. You don't need to.
Yes.
The look on his face is 100% genuine. He knows he's got what you want.
Well,
But only Missy knows that, not necessarily the party.
okay.
Oh, shit, I'll roll a fucking...
You can, absolutely.
I got some insight into this shit.
Another natural.
Well, I have high insight.
You know this guy. You've seen bullshit in your day on people's
I
faces.
might be a
This
little
man
drunk,
has
but I know it's
yeah,
going
you are
on.
absolutely. Yeah, you are. This man has no bull. He is telling 100% the truth. He knows he has what you want.
Well, I'm gonna go talk to my friends so we can make a decision. Is that okay if you wait a few moments?
Honey, I'm not going anywhere.
Do
Okay.
this shit. Adventure time.
So I go
Not to be
to where.
mistaken for the TV show.
So I'm gonna go over to Alan and Otto and Dutch. 'Cause
Okay.
I
We'll
di-
do a
'cause-
group up. We'll huddle up.
Okay, I guess I'll let go of his hand. I'm still holding his hand, looking at him in the face.
He goes, your friends are meeting over there, friend. And you gotta forget where you are, and you're like,
Just kind of do finger pistols at him and walk away.
Oh, Oh god. Okay. So he seems pretty genuine. What do you guys think? Like, do you want to make that long trek?
Ozzy, my man.
Why do we all call Otto Ozzy?
I don't
I
Because
don't
know.
know.
I
I
fucked
heard
it up.
somebody else do it.
No,
So,
the DM fucked it up. I'm sorry.
It's okay. He's drunk. Alan's drunk.
Ozmeister.
You are pretty drunk.
Hey, I'm close to sober
So,
now. I'm a lot better than I was.
We should probably go, because I'm pretty sure that Bar Lady is gonna figure out that I lied about my mom coming home at some point. So we should probably roll out as soon as we can.
Well,
Uh-oh.
This seems like a pretty easy
Yep.
way to go about getting out of this town.
I
Are we okay being servants?
Are we gonna be servants? I'm not servicing anybody unless I want to.
I think we're more like protectors, but I don't know.
Alright. I heard the word servant come out.
Oh, did he? I don't remember.
Say words.
He's still standing nearby. You guys can like turn around and ask him as you guys are doing your like football hug.
Alan, go talk to him. Come on,
Oh,
Let the
no.
city
Alan.
guard.
go talk to him.
Go talk.
And the human is just kind of, William is just kind of hanging out there, just kind of like.
Alan, go. You should probably. You're the one with the sandals. You should probably.
I don't have the highest charisma in our group.
Do I have high charisma?
No.
6.
Most charismatic among us is probably Grumble.
Oh, I'm pretty
Yes.
good, Mac. I have a +1 right now.
Oh, good. That's what I have too.
I have a +1.
My normal is +1. Man, we're just all +1 charismatic, aren't we?
You guys are only level 3. It's fine.
Well, no,
Don't
I'm
even
3, and then I have a +1, so I'm actually 4 right now.
Oh,
I'll go talk to him.
okay.
Oh,
Guildstern, you.
Because I have an extra. Oh wait, how does that work though? Because I have to
You have
add
3.
+1. But I have a +1
It's right
because
there.
I'm
It's
drunk.
just oh, okay. So you have +4.
So I have 4. So if I click on that, it's not going to roll right, is it?
I'll just add 1 to whatever.
Okay. Where do I click on baby for that?
I think you did.
Saving. That'll roll.
Yeah.
What are we doing again?
Wait, you don't even need to roll. You can just talk to him.
We're seeing if we're being servants or we're being
So
hired.
I'm
for
gonna
a job.
roll a charisma. You guys were saying roll a charisma, so then I got confused. I thought I had to roll charisma.
I'll be
Some-
perfectly honest. So as DM, I can tell my player, you don't necessarily have to roll anything just to have a conversation with someone. You
Okay.
may want to roll an insight check to see if he's lying about the servitude.
Oh, okay. So I can ask him and then roll.
You can
insight,
you can
right?
ask him questions, and if anything kind of sounds wonky, out of
Then
the
roll
ordinary,
insight.
you can ask him then,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
or you can roll it then.
I'll
but
go. So I'll go ask him. They're actually
Alright.
pretty insight too. I'll go ask him.
He's-
What's this shit about being a servant?
He goes, "Honey, I never said anything about being a servant. I promise you, you will be paid. All I really need is, I really need protection. This
Yeah.
caravan, as you saw earlier this morning, it's got a little bit of value in it. And frankly, I don't feel like sharing that quite this second."
Wait. I'm gonna step up from behind.
Should I
Guild
roll
turn here.
insight?
We just
Okay.
watched you, choke hold a
Yeah.
freaking like Goliath, like without your hands.
I was thinking- I feel like
What kind of help do you need?
Oh, friend, you clearly don't know the ways of the arcane. Let me tell you something. After a minute of just pure arcane, this runs out. And with this staff, I might be able to hold off a goblin or two, but frankly, I need any kind of help I can get. And I am willing to pay for that help.
Can I roll insight to see if he's lying about the pay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Roll an insight check. Is that a 16?
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as you can tell, 100% honesty.
Can I roll insight to find out if he is human trafficking young ladies in his caravan?
You may absolutely roll.
That'd be investigation.
You
right?
already rolled an insight.
Okay.
You would need to roll
Can I?
something.
Would that be maybe an
Oh,
investigation,
kinda.
maybe?
I don't think I
Roll
have
an investigation.
investigation.
Yes, actually,
Okay.
yes. Go ahead and roll an
Shit.
investigation check. Thank
Okay,
you.
I'll try. That's not gonna be good.
That's
Well-
0.
You believe him. You believe him. He's not
Alan.
selling. He's not selling human beings.
He's a good guy. I like him.
And he kind of bows to you. He has like a 70-degree bow. He's just like, "Thank you, honey."
Oh my goodness. I'm down to go in on this long trek. What about the rest of you guys?
I am okay with anything.
Oh yeah, 'cause you wanna frickin' massage his hair or something.
Yeah, I know they're
William
all
goes-
bunch of hunter's assholes, but regardless, William,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
do you have any problem with us making any other stops for other work we may have, or is this a at time basis project here?
Well, truth be told, my friend, we have a bit of a time crunch on our hands. If this particular juncture of which you are referring to might take a few hours, maybe we can stop. You know what? Let me show you what it is I have to offer. And he pulls out a scroll and pops it, and a little bit of like arcane fairy dust pops off of it. Well, maybe not fairy dust; it's just like sparkles and glitter. And he goes, "Up, good damn fairies," and he hands it to you. And you guys can go ahead and go back to your character sheets and look at handouts, and you should see the Wondrous William contract.
Yeah, so what is it about?
And you guys
Oh,
can
he gave
go
us
ahead
this.
and look at it. Yeah, he hands you this contract.
Ooh, 10% bonus.
5 adventure packs, 7 potions.
Why don't we just steal the cart?
Oh!
You just realize if we lose the this guy.
Oh,
That's
I wish I had
gold.
400 gold.
What if we steal the cart and then sell everything inside of it?
You saw what he did to the glass.
I mean, there's like how many of us? There's like 4 of us.
Good math there, Gilton.
Is that wrong?
Are you saying this? Are you saying this like in character?
I mean, I feel like we
so-
are. I feel like
Otto, you know damn well that if any kind of theft would actually occur on city grounds, you would be stripped of your rank, and everybody here would go into the deepest part of Granite Oak, and probably not ever be spoken of again.
Funny thing. Let's just not do that. This...
Wait, so he pays for any stay at an inn. Does that include? So I'm gonna ask him. Does this include all provisions while traveling?
Yeah.
So all meals? Is it like a per diem? What are we doing here?
He goes, I will cover any meal. I've got some rations in the
What
back.
about drinks?
Oh no.
Drinks, those run a little bit expensive. We can do water. Waters are fine, but a little bit more
Waters?
coinage. I might be able to entice you with an allowance from the pay. Of course, I'm trying to make a few bucks here.
Okay, so it's 10% bonus gold of what the 10% to the value of the cart, right?
Right.
Okay, so we cannot, under any circumstances, use or purchase 1 custom sword, 5 potions, 1 scroll, 10 carpenter packs. Is that part of the manifest, or that?
The entire looking at this thing, you can tell the entire thing is a manifest of what he's
okay.
got. What he's got in the cart.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But
Okay.
you got a hefty value here, William. What are you willing to part with us?
Did you not see?
I don't
I'm
see an
willing to
actual number of what we're to be paid.
Actually,
looks-
yeah, there's nothing on here.
Oh well, did it really delete that? Oh dear God.
Not bullshit, you will.
No.
Oh, it says receive this card's street value, but doesn't
That was-
actually say
Oh yeah,
the
there it is.
street value.
It's still on mine.
You get 10,050 gold pieces.
Excellent.
1,050.
I mean, 10,050 sounds even better. Don't correct him.
1,050 gold pieces.
But
The
if
little
we,
lady's right on the money.
10% of gold.
That arcade makes me a little fuzzy in the brain.
but if we get there before the estimated time, we get a 10% bonus. So 10%.
Yes, ma'am.
10% of 1050.
Yeah.
But if we screw up, we owe a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Well,
please.
We just
please
fucking
don't.
kill him if we screw up, right? I mean, that's nobody has a problem with killing this guy,
He
right?
gets real serious because he hears you over. You guys aren't exactly far enough away from him to like. And he goes,
And I'm like,
ma'am.
super loud. I'm like, super loud.
He kind of whispers. He kind of bends into your ear because he's a little taller than you. And he goes, "I would not recommend that. Ask the forest." And he backs off and kind of walks away.
Yeah. No killing.
Why
Him.
not?
Oh, you'll have to kill him, sure. Oh, you'll have to kill him, sure.
No killing you.
That I'd appreciate, ma'am.
Does anyone see anything wrong with this contract?
Sounds like honest enough work.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, we'll start off with the escort mission. Yeah.
Oh no.
He
Sure, it's
Everyone
not
stay
gonna
on the
go wrong
payload.
at all.
he
Um,
he claps his hands together.
can I, you
Okay.
speak-
I do.
Can I talk in Elvish to
Knows
Alan?
English.
Hang on,
Oh,
let me
Oh,
check
I
something real
won't
quick.
he knows Elvish because he's a human.
Can we put a clause in there if
I mean, you can do your little like hand trip thing with Missy.
Oh yeah, these can't.
Well, because I was thinking, because I speak Elvish, so I thought I'd talk with you about this guy here.
Okay, hang on. Yeah, you can totally have your conversation in Elvish if you'd like.
So I tell Alan in Elvish. So if things go south, right, we kill the guy, we take his shit, and we sell it on the black market. Sound good?
No my
Let's keep killing him off the table.
Okay, but just in case, if he gets a little
Or just
weird and we
shakes
don't
his head.
trust him,
Just shake
you know,
Hang
just boom, done. You know what I mean? We just whoop, pop, take him out. You know what I mean? I'm a what am I? I'm a rogue,
Rogue and your chaotic new.
so I can do that. Thanks.
For the sake
Probably
of this,
steal everything. What?
for the sake of this, Hannah, roll a because I can't think of anything else. Roll a sleight of hand check. DC 9.
Am I allowed to roll that?
Yes.
Because you said
Just-
I'm not allowed to do dexterity.
Oh
Yeah, no, you're not rolling a dexterity. You're rolling a
Oh, so you're saying like standard?
yeah. Roll a sleight of
Oh,
hand.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, sorry, I'm still blocked by information here.
Says she got a 9. So she got exactly a 9.
Okay, so because of your disadvantage, he goes, "You know, honey, I don't speak Elvish, but I do understand some key phrases. I heard my name once or twice and the word kill. Can't say I'm too thrilled about that. Do we need to talk right now? Because
I have no idea what you're talking about.
he looks, he's gonna look at you, Elaine, and he goes, "Is she lying to me?"
You mean Alan? You mean...
Yeah, he looks at Elaine.
Michael.
She's drunk off her fucking rock. I'd leave her at the bar if I could, but I can't. Mallory would kill me. You don't want to know who Mallory is.
No, you do not.
That's fine and all, but do I need to worry about her like legitimately killing me in my sleep?
Last instance I had anything to do with any sort of dangerous scenario, I ended up with a fucking aneurysm and she was trying to build a raft. I think you're fine.
He goes, "Well, so
That was
you're
like
not."
5 years ago. Don't hold that against me for the rest of our
Hold
lives. Okay, we're partners.
He goes,
Alan.
I don't know what you're talking about there, son, but I'm gonna trust you to keep an eye on me,
I'll keep an eye on you and her. Don't worry.
and that I can't appreciate. All I really need, and he clasps his hands together, and pulls it out, and he's got a nice beautiful felt tip pen. It's like, I just need your signatures on the paper.
Whoa.
Shit. Just got real.
And he hands you the
Well, and hands me the pen. Otto, you want to look over this? I feel like you're the one with the most credentials.
Clearly. Contracts as a city guard. Yeah.
pen. He goes, city god, I'm feeling safer already.
Does it look like it's on the level? Does it seem? Does it look like
I'm
it's got any sort of evil presence to it, like some sort of magical cheaty?
Okay, roll an arcane check. Or an arcana check.
And that shake. This is gonna be good.
Oh damn, it was good.
Yeah, it was good. So, because of your run-in with a magical force before, you kind of reckon you're a little bit more sensitive to anything that might be evil or menacing or arcane, and you kind of get the sense that there's nothing demonic, because demons like to make deals. There's nothing really too forward in an evil nature about this. Nothing you have to worry about, or your friends for that matter.
And Otto signs it.
I'm gonna
Auto
sign
signs
it.
it.
How do I sign?
You just say you sign it.
Okay, I sign it.
Okay.
I'll sign it.
Okay.
Signed by Alan, and I'm gonna go ahead and write in
Okay.
for Duchess. I don't think she has the
Alan, will you sign
capacity.
that for
Yeah,
me?
huh? Got it. I'm like a fucking guardian. Pen.
not legal.
I do have a forgery kit.
Oh my god, Kyle, why would you admit that?
Grum, did you sign?
Yes, I did. I said yeah.
Okay. All right. Then we are all set. If you got any goodbyes to say to your friends, we are going to be gone for the very least 6 months.
I don't have any other friends.
And he looks at you like with a very serious face and goes, "Well, it looks like you kind of have some already. We'll make some friends on the road. How's that sound?"
I'm gonna go say
excited.
goodbye to my parents,
Okay.
and so I walk away.
Okay.
And so I leave.
Anybody else want to say goodbye to do anything while you're in town?
Screw my aunt and uncle.
Write a quick note saying the gist of what's going on, and then
Okay.
hand it to the nearest guard.
I have my only family with
Both
me.
the guard,
Alex, let's
guard
go,
and
baby.
family.
Yeah, I got you. Go.
Okay.
And I'm gonna send him. Oh, go ahead.
Otto, you hand your guard, you hand the note to the nearest city guard, who's not that far away. He's maybe like on the first tier of the roundabout. Kind of looks it over and goes, "You're leaving? Damn.
Must be a hero outside of this town.
Well, if you're anything like you were that 5 nights ago or 5 years ago, I kind of bummed to see you go, but that's what you got to do."
Know it.
And he kind of gives you a salute as you make your way away. Amanda, since we're kind of keeping things a little bit more settled, do you recall what I told you your parents would give you?
A small pin.
Yeah, you get the trinket, and they give you hugs and love, and
I'm gonna put it on my cloak on the
okay,
on the front part so it can be shown.
okay,
And then I hug them, and then I go back to the group.
okay. You make your way back.
I try to catch up with Otto, letter in hand, saying, "Hey, your buddies think they can get this mailed out for me. I just want this to reach like the local monastery who helped train me in the last 5 years.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Appreciate it."
And I'll hand that
And-
package to the same
Okay, that's it.
Right.
He's just like, do I look like the mailman today? Okay. He kind of puts it in his back. Okay. And makes his way towards the location of where the monastery might be.
Should I let Woodhouse know we're leaving?
Do you ever?
Nah, he'll figure it.
Oh my god.
Hang on. I gotta make myself a note. Uh, Cool. So, perfectly honest, that's what I kind of wanted to accomplish tonight.
Oh, okay.
Figure out where you guys wanted to go. However, I do have more. If you guys wanted to continue.
I'm down.
Oh, good. It's only
usually
9
have it.
o'clock here, so.
But it's 10 Austin's
And
time.
for us,
Exactly.
Oh.
And he's got work in the morning.
yeah. We would. I would like to continue, but I'm gonna be responsible.
We should probably go.
Unless you think this is gonna be like a short next step.
No,
Okay.
not at all.
Okay.
All right. So the next time.
Okay, so next Sunday.
Okay. And with that, Otto, oddly enough, he kind of mounts the. He gets up on the wagon, and goes, "Oh well, I guess I better fly my colors." And he taps the side of the wagon a few times, and as it comes down, you see the words, in like really crappy painted. It's really crappily painted. It's Wondrous Williams, Wagon of Bewilderment, on the side. And he goes, all aboard to a mom. And you, with no buggy or with no horse or motor of any kind, the wagon kind of like trails off, and you guys, we end it there.
All right.
Okay.
Appreciate your alliteration, William.
Let me tell you, there's a guy named Gilmore who does this and works wonders for him,
All right.
and that's where it ends.
Hey Derek, should I add so I have, because I probably still have like at least another hour of the +1 charisma and no dex checks. Should I add that somewhere on my sheet?
So I'm gonna imagine that your drunk spoiled ass will be like sitting shotgun with William on the wagon,
Okay.
and we'll kind of count it as a short rest, which will allow you to like burn off the alcohol for next session,
Okay.
just so nobody has anything to worry about. when we get back.
Sounds good.
So
This is
where
the
do we
weirdest
put?
session of D&D I've ever had. I don't think I had a roll.
I'm sorry. It was a lot of role play with a little bit. I'd had
Oh,
some
that was
more
great.
for you. Like I said, I had more for you guys, but next week let's aim for 4 o'clock on Sunday,
Okay.
and then after which we'll discuss, because holidays are coming up. We need to be responsible adults.
So, do we get a brand on our armor like Gilmore?
You broke all up there. What was that?
Yeah.
Sorry, I said. Is that better?
No.
No. Okay, I'll just pop out and pop back in real quick.
Where do we put? I didn't know we had gold.
In your character sheet.
It says GP on the bottom
Yep.
in the center.
Oh, okay. And you said 40?
40 for everyone, so it's split between all of you.
Oh, okay, so 10. Wait, no, I can't do. Wait.
2, 3, 4,
I almost
5.
gave away all my gold. I thought I
You
had
really
40.
did.
I totally was thinking 40 like each.
Okay, so
Shit.
But you guys have the opportunity, because you guys are going to trek for quite a while. You guys are going from here to here.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
You
eight
guys are going to be
gold.
gone a while.
That's 8 gold for each of us.
oh, okay, thank you, Kyle.
Because I don't think our DM needs any gold.
It's true, I really don't.
So, what I said is, are we going to get a nice, lovely logo on our armor like good old Gilmore?
You need to earn that logo, friend.
And GP.
But yeah, that's okay.
8.
That's cool. It
Well,
tells you
it's
how much
40%,
weight you have.
5 people.
Anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
Should we try to
I'm gonna do a
beyond,
backflip.
Do it.
I want to do a
I do a
DM.
backflip.
You totally do a backflip.
Roll
Holy
it.
shit.
Shit.
I'm gonna do a performance check rolling. Oh, that didn't go well.
Grum, you just see. Giltzern tries to serenade William.
Oh,
William is smiling. He's being polite about it, but she is entirely out of key. Actually, wait a minute. No. She gets advantage because she was drunk. So she gets a 21. So she does great.
Yes.
But she actually doesn't do too shabby because, again, drunk. She gets the advantage. And then
I'm just gonna sit next to him.
Missy, you're I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna ask if I could just like sing along with her.
You do, but you're entirely off key. For some reason, Giltzern is just fucking great at everything it tries.
I might as well say, I better serenade him. That's totally what I have to do. Oh.
Go for it.
It's like, oh,
He goes, my. Look at all you trying to impress little old me. My mama will be thrilled.
oh
And he's
God.
kind of pushing the cart along with his hand, but the cart is massive.
I'm gonna get very close to him and kind of put my hand right next to his and help him push it.
He looks at you and goes, "No, that's not at all how it works." But
You know, triple handspring.
You should try to kiss him.
I didn't say that.
Otto, what are you gonna do?
Otto's gone, man. He's just like, fuck this game, fuck these guys.
Walking ahead with his whole madness.
I'm gonna lean forward.
Otto, you do notice that the parchments you had in your back pocket, all the job listings, seem to have been taken. They're missing from your pocket.
Guess that's that's not gonna happen.
Creepy.
All right. Well, I guess that's where we'll call it for this evening. Probably the shortest game of D&D ever.
It's the first one.
Build up.
Yeah. No. So for those joining us late, which I don't think anybody's joining us late. Yeah. No, we're it's just us in here. Yeah, we started at 4.
Hanging out some time.
We had tried starting this thing at 4. It is now. We are ending it at 9.
Been good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hello, Foxy Boy Ned. I guess we do have somebody in here.
Yeah,
at least on mine.
Foxy Boy's been here the entire time.
Oh, well, welcome. I apologize for not noticing you in here.
I'm willing to bet it's just a bot.
Very possible.
It's
What if it's not?
If you're not, welcome.
More person.
Grumbar welcomes you.
But yeah, we'll call it there for this evening. I can now better evolve the story you guys are about to partake on because I have ideas. So each one of those jobs had a story and kind of a thing that was going along with them that I'll just evolve into the story later. I'll just make them I'll include them somehow.
Ooh.
We'll just a little behind the scenes there. We'll get to those one day. But right now, you guys have a 6-month trek from here to Amman, and I promise it will not be boring.
Exciting.
I don't think it's been boring at all.
Just look forward to seeing him on at this point after all the shit that I've seen in fucking Critical Role.
Oh yeah.
Look at you guys having your
Oh,
text
so
and information, knowing what this world is.
that is something I do want to discuss. As a DM, there are certain rules I'm going to there's certain rules I want to not necessarily embellish or ignore. Basically, the idea was anybody who's actually like watched the show enough, and like if there's an artifact from the show, a location from the show, and you, the player, know what it is, I'm automatically going to give you advantage on that roll because you know it. You've been in the world long enough. You might have picked it up from whispers and stuff. I'm also going to ignore how fall damage works because fall damage is bullshit, and Jimmy and I have talked about this. So, the way fall damage works is that you take 1d6 per 10 feet, and then after 200 feet, you just instantly die. So it does make sense to a degree because if you're dropping 60 feet, if you're dropping 70 feet and not 200 feet, you can be like, oh, I'll take the extra D, whatever. I'm basically going to call it as if you're like jumping from an airship and you're like, oh yeah, that's got to be 199 feet. You will take the fall damage follows up to 200. So, as a way to kind of instead of just having it stop at some point. What was that?
I was thinking about exactly how the potential of how much.
Yeah. So it's actually not a bad way of looking at it. So the idea is I'm basically trying to keep you guys from just like jumping off from like 199 feet.
Okay. No, that totally makes sense. Didn't have the intention to.
Yeah, I imagine you didn't, but that's just something I wanted to make clear. And there's one last thing. If you guys, Austin, if you start seeing like shit in the chat about how we're not following the rules or something, I want to make it perfectly clear here and now. We're here to have fun.
Yeah.
We're not gonna rule monger. At least not to a point. Like if I'm telling you no,
Yeah.
there's probably a damn good reason I'm telling you no.
No, for sure. And honestly, I'm not really worried about that. I don't
Neither am I.
imagine that we're going to be pulling too many people.
Yeah, that's probably 100% true. But
But
that's
if it
what we're
does,
here to do. Yeah, that's what we're here to do. Is we're here to have fun with you.
yeah.
And,
That's how I always experience D&D. Like,
Yeah. So that's what we want to do. That's the mindset I want to keep. We might have some guests come on later. We'll figure that all out later. But that's kind of the big three I wanted to talk about for now. If something else comes up that I somehow manage to disagree with, which is very unlikely, the rules are very interesting.
I have two questions, and they're
Yes.
purely mechanical. A, do we want to do meet or beat?
You cut out immediately after you said A.
Do we want to do meet or beat? Which is meet
Oh, yes.
AC or beat AC?
Meet will beat. So if you guys manage to meet your target's AC, so let's say the target's AC is 16,
Okay.
and you have 16,
Okay, I
you
guess I'll
beat
go ahead
the
and call it
AC,
here,
and
guys.
you are able to roll an attack.
Let's see.
However, the same thing goes
Thank you
for
guys
the
for joining.
NPC. If they meet your,
You guys enjoyed it and you're new,
your AC,
hit the follow button. And
they will beat it.
we're doing this on.
roll
We're
the
gonna try to
attack.
do it on Sundays. Obviously, the holidays are coming up, so there might be a
Okay.
gap here or there. But for the
Question
most
is,
part,
do
we're
we
gonna
wanna
try to
round
do
up
it
or
on
round
Sundays.
down?
Obviously,
What's the
again,
damage?
the DM is I'm the one who knows. He's in the channel
go
down
ahead
below.
and
You
round
can see him.
For now?
So we got Justice Smith. That's Alan. Also,
I just wanna
Dutch, as it
make
says on
notes
screen.
here.
She's the other half of Justice
That's
Smith.
for the best.
Dark Hex Girl is actually my
Cool.
wife. Let's see.
Well, guys, I have to
So
admit,
yeah, I guess I'll
This
see
is
you
probably the
guys
storyline I'm most excited about.
Tuesday for
Alright.
I am so curious
free
to
play
see
day.
where this goes.